What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Engineers That Filters podcast, episode 127. I'm your host, Jacob Thompson, and tonight I am drinking water. And I'll tell you what, I'd be drinking beer if I could, but I went to the doctor this week because I've been having really bad acid reflux lately. And he gave me some medication, and he's like, you should also cut some stuff out of your diet for a little bit to let your stomach just kind of reset. And Joseph, here's what he told me to cut out, okay? And you live with me, so you know how I cook and like what I tend to cook. Tomatoes, bell peppers, and onions, which are literally in like every fucking meal I cook.
Yeah, that's some.
And then chocolate and mint. I've spoken many times about my addiction to York mints on this podcast, and then alcohol. So it's like my entire diet is just like fucked for a little bit for a month.
Did you tell him that you run a podcast where you crack a beer at the start and it's
I did
required?
not. That did not come up, but at least for this first week, I'm gonna try not to. And I maybe like once the medicine starts kicking more, then I can up the ante a little bit. But yeah, so I'm trying to listen to the doctor, for at least a week. And I'll drink water. Maybe I'll work it back in at some point soon. But I'll tell you what, if I could, I'd be drinking a nice old milk stout again. Because guess what? Still, I'm about beer, but it's fine.
Nice. I'm Joseph, and I'm drinking Founders Unraveled IPA, which
That's good.
I think I've had it before, but I can't remember. When I bought it in the store, it didn't look familiar, but then once I started drinking it, it started coming back to me. So I think I've had it before, but it's still good.
Show us that can.
Well, I'm getting it out of the koozie so I can.
Oh, okay. Is that seasonal? I don't think I've seen it before.
I don't know. It's a juicy IPA. I don't think it very well could be seasonal. I don't know. Founders is weird. I don't know. They have interesting whether stuff's seasonal or not, in my opinion.
Yeah. Cool.
But it's good.
Well, I'm Gabe, and I'm still. Oh my God, I almost spilled it all over my keyboard. This is my first one too. I got just the standard highlight.
In the glass bottle too.
In the bottle though. It's still ridiculously hot here, so still.
I love hits when it's hot, man.
I fucking love it. Especially when it's in a bottle too. I don't know what it is.
It's different, man.
There's something about it.
It's even closer to champagne,
Yeah, exactly. it's a good time.
And I am Dayton, and I was telling the guys before we started the podcast that I'm drinking a meager 3% beer tonight. But it is a craft beer, okay? It's not a freaking American adjunct lager or anything. It's from Beard, who I've had beers from before many times. It's called Cold as a Weiss, or if you want to take the German or the English pronunciation, and it's a Berliner style Weisse ale with orange and lime. And when I bought this, I didn't realize that it was 3%. But here I was
gonna say, like, what was the reasoning? But that makes sense.
Yeah. I was like, oh, dude, this beer sounds like it'd be freaking really good, and I mean, it is good, and it's only 3%. But
yeah,
you can drink it all day.
I think that means we have to drink twice as much so that we can accommodate for the lack of alcohol in this podcast.
I agree.
I think it's the only
slamming this.
Yeah,
you guys better get fucking moving. You had a lot of
running down the fridge.
It's like when I drank that. What did I drink? Like what is it, Four Loko, or was it like the XXX Camo XXX drink?
Well, you had that
like half of it.
Yeah, that soju as well.
So you had the soju, and then we had those.
No, this was back at the college house.
Yeah, no, you and I had those Natty
Rushes.
It was Natty
and
Rush.
I got you on Buffalo Club in like the first 5 minutes.
It's just gross.
You gotta chug the entire can, which is like how many ounces?
I only drank half of it.
24?
I know. I said you can stop at half.
They were 24.
You don't need to do the whole thing.
Yeah,
they're so fucking gross.
Are they 25? You got that extra ounce, or is that only a Natty Daddy?
That's Natty Daddy.
Yeah, they're 25 ounces.
Are you sure?
It says the big one on the rim.
Yeah.
No, Natty Daddy said the big one.
Yeah,
Natty Rush
these were
might have
Natty
said
Daddy
24.
Rush.
Oh.
Yeah, this is just flavored Natty Daddy. Someone's like, this tastes like shit. Let's mask it with artificial
Sugar.
flavoring and then sugar and make it taste more shitty.
Dude, y'all are giving me
Dude,
Dude,
bad
the fact
Tongues
those
right
are
now.
99 cents, dude. Those are
Okay.
99 cents at the gas
I
station
think
next
I
door
think
to
you
our
had to
house.
pay extra for the rush. I'm pretty sure
It was
you
like
had to pay.
129. They were
Yes.
still cheap as shit.
It's
It
30
was-
cents, dude.
It was worth every penny, though.
What a value. What a value.
Oh
Well,
my
welcome back to the podcast, everyone. As always, you can find our show on Mondays on YouTube and podcast services. Please follow us on Instagram at ewfpodcast, and please follow us on Twitch too at ewf_podcast. Where we're live on Monday nights and Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern. Mondays we're gaming, Thursday we're podcasting. But I think next Monday we're going to be podcasting again because we're trying to get some extra episodes in before people are scampering off for adventures in August. But just tune in and you'll see what's going on. But yeah, for this week, we're going to be doing we do usually is midway through the year doing update on year compass to see how we're doing. But we kind of forgot, so it's coming a little bit late. But so we'll get to that later episode. But before that, let's do our typical weekly anecdote section. Dayton, you said you had a hot one. Just give it to me right now.
Okay, so this started, I think like 2 weeks ago. Actually, I was driving to get some Chipotle for dinner. Okay, and I was just kind of puttering around, going there, driving. Didn't really notice anything weird. And then I get my food. Okay, start my car up, and I go and I try and pull out of basically I pull out of Chipotle, and I'm at a stoplight. And then I go and I try and accelerate out of this stoplight, and my dashboard just freaking lights up, and it just like everything's just fucking flashing, and my car is just like shaking vigorously as it's like trying to like move forward, and I'm just like, this isn't good. And then, but you know what? I do what any person who just wants to get home and eat does, and I just fucking hammered it through that.
Oh my god!
And dude, I got it going. I pushed through it, and then these lights are timed terribly. So I get to the next light, and I stop fully at this one, and same thing happens, except it's shaking even harder this time, and it stalls my car out. Okay, if my car is an automatic, it should not be stalling. So I'm like, ah, fuck. So like, there's like 4 or 5 people behind me. Like, this is like a pretty busy road that I'm driving on right now, and I'm just like, ah, fuck me. Like, so I turn my hazards on, and I like turn my car off because like it was still like battery powered. And then I turn it off, and then I turn it back on again, and I take off, and the issue like went away, and I'm like, all right, that's kind of weird, but all right. So then I like go and get my oil change that night because like I'm just like, who knows, maybe an oil change will fix this.
Well,
Did you
hey,
have to look for anything?
Older Subarus can drink oil. I know that's pretty common.
Yeah, well,
so.
that's the thing. So I checked my oil, and like everything was fine. Like all the fluids were fine. Go and get my oil change, and nothing really happens. So I'm just like, all right, fuck it. I guess I'll go up north, drive up to New Hampshire with Sean.
Well, hold on. You didn't get your car checked at all, and you
dude.
fucking send it up.
It didn't. It didn't
4
act
hours
up.
north.
It didn't act up since
my
I
God,
went up north. So I was just like, it's all right. We're good here. So drive up north, make the entire drive up there just fine, no issues. And then we all pile into my car and go to leave for the trailhead in the morning. And driving just no problem. And then like we hit one stoplight in this town, and it does like the same exact thing, and I'm just like, oh fuck. and then so I'm like, all right, I know the solution. I'm just not gonna stop. So then I'm just like, but I am gonna go directly back to our campsite, and we're gonna swap out with Justin's car. So we did that, and then after we did that, we got back from the hike, whatever, and no more issues after that. Made it all the way back down to Massachusetts to drop Sean back off at his truck that we had parked in a Target parking lot. And then I made it all the way back down here, and I didn't really have any more issues with it. But then I was like, I should probably go get it checked out. You know, like what's like
Maybe.
I,
Oh, really? Oh, really, Dayton?
I probably should. So, start calling some places, seeing if they can look at my car or whatever. And then this one place was like, oh yeah, like just drop it off in like 3 days or whatever, and we'll take a look. So I drop it off, and I'm just like, all right. I'm hoping that it's just something easy, like the mass airflow sensor or something like that, because I got the codes right at AutoZone, and that's what it said. And I was like, I'm an optimistic guy sometimes. I like to think that it's just the mass airflow sensor. But anyway, so I get a call from the auto repair shop the next day.
Transition's fucked, doesn't it?
No, it's not my transition. They're like, yeah, your head gaskets need to be replaced, and I'm just like, son of a bitch. Like I know that's a common Subaru thing, but son of a bitch. And then I'm just like, all right. And they're like, well, and there's some other things too.
It's just like a laundry list of shit.
It really was. And I'm just like, fuck me. Like, so I
What was
ended
the
up
damage?
well, it hasn't been done yet. It's still not done yet, which I'll go into it in like a minute. But anyway,
Okay.
so I call and get a second opinion. Long story short, another mechanic that I used to go to, like back when I was home, he was just like, yeah, like that's pretty reasonably priced for the stuff that they're going to be doing. The used car market is really hot right now. I don't think that you'd have any luck getting a new car or like a new used car for a decent price right now. And once you get these things replaced, your car's going to be good to go for like another 100,000 miles. So I'm just like, as much as I really don't want to fucking bite the bullet for this repair, which is 3,500. I was like,
Ooh.
I was like, I guess I'm just gonna do it. But where it gets even better is that so I leave to go back. Well, I leave to go fly up to Houghton next Friday. Next Friday morning, and they're like, yeah, we'll get it done late next week. And I'm like, huh. I
You needed
really
to go to the airport.
I really hope that it's done on Thursday evening, so I can go pick it up and then promptly drive it to the airport and let it sit for 2.5 weeks in a parking garage.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
so,
worst case, you Uber, right? I mean,
well,
That's an
no,
hour though, isn't it?
yeah, it's an hour long Uber, and also like I would have to leave here at like 3 a.m. and I'm not sure if there's any Ubers out operating Friday morning.
I bet the airport has like a shuttle service, actually. That's what we used to do when I was a kid. There was like a super shuttle. They do that shit all the time around airports. So
Maybe I don't know. One of my friends also did volunteer to drive me, but like I don't want to make him do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's out of your control. I mean, it's not like
Hopefully it doesn't come to it though. I mean,
yeah,
yeah, fingers crossed.
yeah. I'm
Nothing
gonna
you
I'm
can
gonna
do
call
right
the
now.
shop, early next week and see what's up. But yeah, that's my main
Okay.
anecdote. But I have
Yeah.
one small update on the whole cat equipment, shit like that. So one of my friends from home, who I want to say that he's in the Marines for heavy equipment or something like that, something in that realm. He texted me and he's like, yeah, that universal key is just for the battery, and that there's still another key to like operate it. So it's like
Okay.
anybody can like turn it, I guess, give it power from the battery or whatever, but nobody can just jump in and just let her rip.
Well,
Damn.
that ruined my fantasy. I could have
I
gone my
know.
whole life and not known that.
I told him I was like, man, there goes my weekend plans.
Yeah.
I wonder how big that battery is. It's got to be huge, right?
I
For like
get it.
started?
like a train. Like, yeah, I mean, I'm just wondering if you turned on the battery, how long would it last? Because I feel like it would not be long without the engine being on.
How
I
long
don't
can
know,
you
man.
charge your phone on this
Well,
battery?
I don't. It's not like you can operate it on just battery power.
That's true. That's true.
It's
Just
just
like
gonna
your car
operate
battery.
a couple dashboard
Yeah,
lights
yeah.
and
Mhm.
the fans.
I was hoping it could operate in battery power for like 3 seconds, and the battery just gets drained because it's a giant fucking machine.
No,
Uh,
I don't think it's set up for that. If I had to guess.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think so.
And I bet you're happy you got your motorcycle though, because at least you can use that in the meantime to go to work, right?
Didn't you
Yeah.
ride your motorcycle all the way to the airport?
Not with its stuff.
Except, yeah, not with my stuff.
That's true.
Except
I mean, he's so ultralight, but apparently ultralight lets him use it to ride a motorcycle with it.
Yeah, just get some saddlebags. Just
fuck you,
tape
Jacob.
a roller bag, your roller bag
Dude, why,
like
why don't you
behind the
just
bike.
run to it? Just
Yeah, Mr.
But
Ultralight Marathoner.
I did have it. Today I was getting ready to ride home from work, and I go and I try and start my motorcycle, and it just starts freaking cranking, and I'm like, all right, I have the absolute worst luck right now. And so I'm just like, all right, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So then, like, I call my friend, who, like, he's big into like motorcycles with me. He's been running with me and everything. And he's like, yeah, I guess we'll just try and push start it. So I was like, all right, I mean, I guess we can give it a shot. It's better than it just sitting here. So we get it, and we push start it, and that's the first time I've ever push started a motorcycle or a car or anything like that, which is pretty sick. But yeah, so that happened, and then I was like, I guess I'll like get home and then try to see if something's wrong with like my starter motor, and it didn't work. And I'm just like, all right, I guess I'll like just bike into work tomorrow, like mountain bike into work tomorrow. But then I tried it like an hour ago, and it started right up. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, the
dude,
world
those
just hates
issues are
me.
always the worst. You don't want it. You want it to be fully fucked. You want it to be
Yeah.
partially fucked.
Bring
Yeah,
the
and-
mechanic like it was broken a second ago.
I know, and
Yeah.
like literally, I think the worst part about it is like that I'm literally leaving in like a week, and I have like all
Yeah.
these issues going on, and I'm just like, just stop fucking on my life, like, damn.
Not the time. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Just
worst
wait.
ever.
Just give me 2 weeks, and then you can have these issues.
You
I
can
don't
fuck
care.
me.
Just,
Yeah.
just, yeah. That's all I'm asking. Just please.
Hold on.
I have a really short one too from my weekly anecdote. Basically, so when I started going to the gym about 2 months ago, one of the first exercises I tried to do was 1/2 overhead press, which is basically you kneel like you're proposing to somebody, and then you have a dumbbell in your hand that's the same, it's opposite to the leg. So if your left leg is up, it's your right arm, and you just bring it up and go over your head like this, just vertically upward. And when I first had to do it, you don't know how much weight you're supposed to do, and I'm like, let's try 30. Let's try a 30 and see, how that goes. And so I grabbed the 30, and in my right arm, I could barely get 5 reps in. I'm struggling. And then I go to my left arm, and I can't even do 1 rep with the 30. And I was like, God damn it. So I had to take it back, and I think I got like a 25. But today, I worked my back up, and I'm up to 30 again. And I did 3x5 today.
Nice.
So that felt good. It's like, this is like actual progress I can see. So
Hell
cool.
yeah.
Gabe and
always
Joseph,
fun.
you got anything that happened this week?
Gabe.
Not really. I mean, I did a 22-mile bike ride last Saturday, two Saturdays ago. I don't know. That was pretty much it. I mean, been biking, working, nothing.
Same shit, different day. Yeah.
Same shit, different day. Nothing crazy. I'm excited to go to Houghton though in a few weeks. I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm very jealous of you guys.
Yeah. I spent a couple miles breaking in my new shoes that I got last week. I was telling you guys about. I really like the zero drop. It's weird at first because there's a lot of complaints online, or not complaints, but like notes like, hey, they feel sluggish because they don't like the shoe does not propel you forward.
Right,
So like
right.
if you're used to that, it's like, oh, I'm like you feel like you're fighting it almost. Whereas like Jacob, like your running shoes, I remember you tried them on, and I actually tried on a pair of Hoka's too.
Yeah, it's like the exact opposite of zero drop. It's like maximum cushion.
Yeah, it's like these
Yeah.
are forcing you forward, and if you're just walking, it feels really weird. But once you're
Yep.
running, like you can't
Yep.
tell, a difference. Well, I mean, you can, but like it's a lot more helpful.
Yep.
But yeah, no. So I really like those, and it was the first time I'd walked or like hiked with 2 trekking poles, because the last time when I went to what was it called? Not Pictured Rocks.
Porcupine
Porky's.
Mountains.
Porcupine Mountains, I found a trekking pole that someone had left behind. So I got a free carbon trekking pole, which like I looked up online. It was like the set is like $60. So it's not like comparatively, they're pretty cheap. But anyway, I was using one for a while. And then this past couple times I was using 2. Holy shit, I feel powerful. with two trekking poles. It's like holy fuck, I can crush miles right now.
I'm
So
so
that was fun.
resentful that you guys love trekking poles so much because I know it's different because they're longer. But when I was in Nordic skiing, we had to do dry land running with poles, and yeah, they're longer. So like running with poles,
Yeah.
it sucks. But I fucking hated that shit. So hearing you guys like, oh, I love running with poles. I'm like, fuck you. Okay, running with poles sucks ass. It
Well,
was
you
the
gotta
worst
have them
time
the
of my
right
life.
length.
I
Yeah.
know, but it was annoying.
But yeah, no, just I mean, I don't really run. A little bit like on if it's a steep downhill, but like I wouldn't
Right.
consider myself actually trail running with them.
Yeah, you're like
But
power
even
walking.
still, just like, whew, I don't know. It's just
Hoofing it.
you feel powerful,
Hmm.
um, just flying through the woods like that. So that was fun. So I'm excited, um, to get my shit kicked on Isle Royal. So.
All this
Because
work
I
and
just
it's gonna
know
be for nothing.
Dayton is like, all right, you think you can hike? I'll show you, and just burn down
Hey,
the trail ahead of me.
you can compete with Dayton's dad, and
Yeah.
Huh.
you can probably get him.
I am interested to see how fast Dayton. I don't know if your dad's gonna mountain bike, but I am interested to see the speed on that because I don't know. I don't think it'll be. I think you'll be a lot faster than I think you're gonna be for some reason. I don't know.
I don't, dude. All that I know is that biking fitness and running fitness are very different.
That's true. I'm just talking like I don't know,
I mean, I
like
don't think my
skills.
yeah, I don't think my skills have gotten like a lot worse. I mean, obviously they're going to be like degraded. Like I'm not going to be riding, crazy skinnies or anything like that. But I still
Hmm.
send like downhill like crazy. Like I don't give a fuck. What am I going to do? Get another
Yeah.
concussion and add a scar on the other side of my face?
Yes.
Dayton, if
Whatever.
you've learned one thing on this podcast is that you don't give a fuck. Everybody knows that.
It's like, I made
All
it through.
right.
I made it through that shit once. I can do it again. So, yeah.
We'll
Exactly.
see.
Please don't get another concussion. That's all I ask.
I'm gonna get a concussion trying to keep up with him or like trying to impress him. Like going faster than I'm comfortable with.
Joseph, you're gonna be the voice of reason here and keep him in line.
Me be the voice of reason?
I know it's gonna be hard, but like
I'm gonna
yeah.
be the one egging them on. Are you kidding me? Oh,
Joseph's
you
gonna
could have
hold the
done
camera.
that faster. What are you talking about? Oh no,
Joseph
you
is
can hit that.
Joseph is king of like, oh, you should totally do that while he sits on the fucking sidelines.
Yep. Hell yeah. I don't want to get hurt.
I'm sure I'll get some fun stories out of your guys' trip. But yeah, let's get into the topic here. So as I mentioned at the top, we're gonna be going through a year compass that we did in January, which is if you didn't listen to that episode, it's kind of like New Year's resolutions, just kind of formatted a different way. But you're kind of writing down your goals for different areas of your life and how you want this year to go and the things you want to focus on, stuff like that. You'll pick it up as we go through it. But yeah, we're gonna start on page 15 of the compass for anyone at home who did it. You can follow along if you want to. Um, but this page has different like areas such as personal life and family, belongings, emotional, aspirational, finances, so different kind of buckets of goals. And we're gonna go through it. And for this update, we're gonna be talking about how, either we're killing it on these things, you say want to do it, we're doing well, or I have not been doing this as much as I want to like re-up my want to focus on it. So yeah, I'm going to start it off on a positive note. In the health and fitness category, I said I want to continue to run, get the vaccine, start lifting again when it's safe, and find a dentist and eye doctor. And I did all those things.
Atta
So
boy.
Nice.
Way to
feels good.
go.
Check,
Running
check.
has kind of fallen off recently. But I'm still lifting 3 times a week, and I do want to get back into cardio. Just the class thing this summer was taking up a ton of time, but that's almost done. So hopefully get the cardio back in, but everything else I got it done, so feels good.
Hell yeah.
Let's go to Gabe next one, a circle here.
Look. Shit. Yeah. So I'll do the hobbies one. So you could definitely tell that I wrote this and I was like in a completely different place than I am now. It's just super bizarre. So I have pursue guitar more, and I put maybe in a less burnouty way. Creating riffs is fun. Continue doing that. Getting a cross country skiing. This was written in fucking January.
Hmm.
And then take more trips to pursue hobbies. So I definitely haven't played guitar as much as I did when I first started. I played like so much, like 2 hours a day for a while. So I definitely don't pick it up nearly as much, but I definitely do enjoy it in a more healthy way, uh, which is like not playing till my fingers are literally hurting. And I definitely replaced guitar with mountain biking. It's typical Gabe move, swap out hobbies every 6 months. And I definitely have taken more trips to do that. Like my summer's been a lot more fun than any of last year.
Mm.
Just because I've been able to do a lot more, with restrictions being less stringent, and I was able to do a snowboard trip even, a month after I wrote this. And I do still have my eyes on cross country skiing for the winter. Instead of running, I definitely want to try it. I'm gonna try before I buy, but there's a
Mhm.
lot of places close to town, and I want to give it a shot. So I'd say like I hit most of them.
Yeah, sounds
Yeah,
like it.
5 out of 7.
I wish I was still around to do the cross country skiing with you because that'd be really fun. But
Do you classic or skate? I can't remember.
skate, no one
That
does classic
yeah,
anymore. Classic fucking
that's
sucks.
that's the only one I want to do is skate. I've heard it's harder, but it looks
Yeah,
so much more fun, and you
yeah.
can go way faster.
Don't do classic. If you're
When
doing
I see
classic, you're gonna spend like 30 minutes trying to get the wax right, and that's not fun.
no fucking classic, it looks like you're just walking. Just like get snowshoes, man. Like
I will say, like doing it is more fun than it looks, but it's still not fun. Not as fun
it
as skating
doesn't look
anyway.
that fun to me. Like
It's kind of like what
follow
Joseph was
this
saying.
one track and just go, you
What
know?
Joseph was saying earlier about feeling powerful when you're on, you have trekking balls. It's like that, except you glide even more. But going uphill kind of suck, and then if you're just like double poling to like get
Yeah.
speed, it's just like I don't know. You can still go on the tracks on skate skis. You're not really supposed to. You can still
I've
go on the
heard that's
tracks
very taboo, and I
and
haven't done it, but
bank some turns. It's fun.
yeah, I definitely want to do skiing or like Nordic skate skiing, but I'm excited to try it for sure.
Yeah, it's a good time. Joseph.
All right. So because we all copy each other, I'm also gonna do relaxation, hobbies, and creativity. And I had three three things in there, which was just blanket mountain biking, um, Jackson Hole trip, and then solo backpacking trip, parentheses, Isle Royal, question mark. And I've been mountain biking significantly more this summer, as Gabe mentioned. We've been doing it quite a bit together and on our own even. We did go to Jackson Hole. That did pan out, so
Mhm.
good on me there, or us there. And then I haven't planned out a solo backpacking trip yet. I have been thinking about one for like a fall trip, just more of like less hot and get to see like maybe fall colors up north. But Dayton and I are going to Isle Royal in a week, so that's it's
Right,
close
check and
enough.
check.
So
That's so.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just like a week. Holy fuck.
Yeah, I know. I had to like think about it because like a couple weeks. No, it's next week. Fuck. I need
It'll
to
be fine. It'll be fine.
I need to finish making my meals for that. But
Yeah,
yeah,
Question is,
I'm
will
borrowing
Dayton get to the airport?
yeah.
for real, dude.
Dayton, what about you?
I'm gonna break the mold. I'm not gonna do relaxation, hobbies, and creativity. I'm gonna do bucket list.
Mm.
So on my bucket list for this year, I have a costume party, which was supposed to be last weekend, except because of a whole bunch of very stupid reasons, it did not happen. Uh, but that does not mean that I am not going to do it. I am adamant on having a costume party. Damn it. Um, Backpack Isle Royal in late summer, like Joseph said, that's going to be checked off very soon, and then learn pack rafting, and I think I've done that. So I'd say I'm doing pretty well.
Right, check and check.
Love to
Yeah.
see it. I'll switch it up and do one that I'm not doing good at, which is personal life and family. Uh, Want to try to be consistent every day. By that, I think I meant like kind of schedule and consistent like working and stuff. And not been great lately. I feel like every fucking year this always happens where at the start of a semester, whether it be fall, spring, or summer, start of the semester I'm in a great spot. I'm like getting up early. I'm doing my schedule, and by the end, I'm barely holding it together. Like, we got like I got 3 weeks left of summer at this point. I'm just like falling apart, and so hopefully in the fall I can reset again. But this happens every fucking time, and I hope I can get out of that cycle, but it's hard. Yo, what's another one for you?
Oh man, I'm trying to think of one that like you guys haven't done. But there's really only so many boxes. I guess I'll do it fitness just because it's funny for me to read it now. I kind of have, I lost a lot of weight last year, and I was like, maintain that. And then I said, I literally wrote this. The time of writing this, I would try and bulk up, and then eat better. I tried to bulk up for like a month, and then mountain biking really took hold of me, and that's very calorie intensive. Like the ride I went on last weekend was, I mean, this is obviously estimate like from my watch, but it was like 2,100 calories or something. So for me to like gain weight that day, I would need to have close to 5,000 calories, which just it isn't possible. It's a great problem to have, but it's
Mhm.
just not something that I can feasibly physically do right now. So I'm still happy with where I'm at. I think it's good that, you know, to reassess and realize it's not really something that's feasible. But
Right.
maybe in the winter, maybe when I'm not cross country skiing, I'll try
Mhm.
it. But
Speaking of bulking up, when I was at the doctor, they weigh you and everything, and like I'm not trying to say as a big weight, but like for me, with clothes and shoes on, I was 161,
Mhm.
which is like I think the heaviest I've ever been. Which I assume is because I'm also been working out recently, but it was a weird number to see for me. I'm like, oh, that was
Mhm.
higher than I thought it was gonna be. But anyway,
Yeah, it's always interesting to see the weight. Like you're like, oh fuck, that's bad. Maybe it's not.
yeah. Well, and they always do the height, and it's like I
Well,
haven't
yeah, when
grown
you
it far
do
enough. I want to
BMI,
peak it.
if you do BMI, like it says I'm overweight. It's like
Mhm. Yeah.
I
These are all
progress
the
is
remember getting my BMI when I was in high school or something, even more thin than I am now. And they're like, "Oh yeah, you're like severely underweight." I'm like, "I know I'm skinny, but am I that underweight?"
BMI. As someone who's in a field where BMI is a
it's
main predictor, it's
terrible.
horseshit. It's
Yeah.
absolutely terrible, but it's easy, so people use it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because it's way easier than body fat percentage, which is like a way better metric.
Yeah,
It's just
BMI is
harder to do.
Mhm.
dog shit. Anyway, Joseph.
Um, I'll do personal life and family. I only had in there going home to see family more. I've gone home twice this year, so that's better than last year. So that's an improvement. I went home directly after I was fully vaccinated, and then I was home for 4th of July. So maybe there'll be something later on in the year. Maybe Thanksgiving, um, or Christmas time. So, looking at another 1 or 2 times I'll be home. So I call that a success.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, feels like every day the COVID situation gets worse, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
that's obviously very dependent on that. So,
Yeah,
Yep.
fingers crossed.
Uh, I'm gonna do intellectual. I wrote, I
Mm.
still would like to work on more projects outside of work. Programming projects, still want to get into robotics, but the hurdle feels large. Um, so I have done some like small programming projects. I want to say that my Spotify like 50 most recent saved songs, I think that was a 2021 thing. Um,
Yeah, I can't remember if it was early 2021 or late 2020.
yeah, one of the two, and then I've been working on another one, which basically doesn't rely on Spotify's random algorithm. It does it, true random, and then it's gonna make like a public playlist of just 50 random songs that I've saved because I tend to forget what songs I've saved.
Hmm.
Um, but like,
absolute bangers you got hiding in that library.
yeah, yeah, just they're just hidden under piles of shit. Um,
Hmm.
but then outside of projects outside of work, I haven't since the summer hit. I haven't done really any projects. I guess the main project is just training, uh, but that's
On the
not really
pack raft too. That was a pretty big project.
True, true. That's not really intellectual though, but it definitely is a
Yeah,
project. It was a hefty fucking project too.
it took a
It
lot
was
of
it was a
time.
time sink
That
nonetheless.
was a
Yeah,
smooth brain project.
it was,
Just
dude.
gluing shit together.
Didn't add any wrinkles for you.
Nope.
No wrinkles.
Damn it, I
Just
kind of.
glue and tarp.
Do you
Yeah.
guys want to do one more on this page, or want to move on to the next page?
I am good moving on.
Yeah, I don't really have
Do
anything
it.
else big on this one.
All right, moving on then. So now we're getting to the magical triplets for the year ahead. So in this case, it'll be kind of a statement, and then you have three responses to it. Um, I'll start with one that's not going well. These three things I want to achieve the most. Number one, a consistent schedule. I already talked about that. Number two, new friends. I do not think I made a single friend this year so far because I was already friends with Lissa before this. So, yeah. And then Twitch affiliate for the podcast. That is definitely not happening because we can't get any more followers. So, we still got time. We still got time. Hopefully in the fall we'll bring some
Only the
new
halfway
people
mark.
into my life. Yeah, but that one's not starting off strong. Gabe, which one do you want to do?
I'll do this one because there's a lot of COVID uncertainty when we wrote this. It's really funny.
Hmm.
The three presents I will reward my successes. I have a night out with the boys with a question mark. Been out a little bit more with now that things are open. It's been fun. Snowboard trips. Did one obviously like a month after I wrote this, and then camping mountain bike trips, which I've definitely been using that PTO. It's been awesome. Well, not using the PTO, but like getting paid to do nothing. It's pretty good.
Right, I gotcha. Joseph.
I'll do three things I will dare to discover. So new meatless recipes. Check. I am now vegetarian, so all the recipes that I try are meatless. So that's pretty neato. More parks in my area. I have done a little bit with that. Mostly places I can go mountain biking.
Mhm.
But we went to Banning State Park.
We
Um,
did.
that was really, I mean, that was a bit of a drive, but that was still a cool thing to check out. And then how to be more active in my life. I've been doing more walks recently, and obviously going to Isle Royale and mountain biking more often. So it's not perfect, but not poor either. So uh, pretty good. Pretty happy with that one.
Nice. Dayton.
Nice. I guess I will say these three things I will love about myself, mostly because it's kind of humorous, especially the last one. Um, so the first one is need for improvement, which is why I just like to stay busy all the time. My body, because I lost some weight, and then I was just like kind of just like, well, am I just gonna stay like runner skinny forever, or am I gonna like put on some muscle? I'm
Hmm.
still runner skinny, I think. And then my lack of planning, which as reflected in the whole car situation.
Well, it's funny. There's like
I
a dichotomy there because like it's like a plan with the car, but it's so much planning with these IRL trips and these
Well,
camping trips in
it's
Yeah, I
general.
mean
because
you.
when other people are dependent upon me, then I can buckle down and plan things out. I hate it. I literally hate every single moment of it. But
Hmm.
if it means that I get to go do something that I'll really enjoy, then it's worth it. But if it's just me, I don't give a fuck. Like,
Yeah.
found it ironic that you were like trying to decide if you want to be runner skinny or gain muscle, and then you're like, I can't decide. I can't plan.
Do you have a
Uh,
different like view of yourself on one of those two states, Dayton, or you're just kind of like playing it by ear?
what do you mean by like different view of myself?
Like, I don't know, do you like yourself more when you're skinny or when you're more bulked up? Like your body?
I don't know. I haven't really thought
All
about it.
right. There
I
we
mean,
go
I,
then.
I like being able to run a lot. I think
Mhm.
that's pretty badass.
So you're saying function over fashion for your body.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Love to see it. Um, my next one is these three places I will visit. First one's Moore, Indiana. Have not done that That's a maybe, hard maybe right now. May go to Indianapolis at some point, but that one I'm not even that excited about, if I'm being honest, because Indiana's Indiana.
Yeah.
Um, Second one is Minnesota, which I was able to visit you guys in May, which was really nice. I'll probably be back around winter as well, which is good. And then Michigan, haven't gone to yet, but I'm planning to go to Dayton's family cider squeeze in October. Uh, so that should be a good time. Then I'll be back in Michigan for a little bit. What's your next one, Gub?
I really filled out like half of these, so it
It
might not
doesn't.
get.
Yes.
The year compass doesn't work if you don't complete it, people.
Okay, well, I don't know. Some of them are pretty deep at the time, you know?
And you're like,
Yeah,
I can't.
I don't
I
want
can't
to be
think of
too
my actual
introspective,
feelings.
all right?
Yeah, I can only come up with like two, and a lot of these repeat each other, so I'm trying to find one that's like not the same. Oh, I went fucking snowboarding. Ugh. Uh, so fuck. I guess I'll just do this one. I only have two, but I think they're both important. These things I'll have the power to say no to. I have rushing into a relationship. Have not done that. There's been a couple times where
But
it's like,
have you said no to that, or is not opportunity not presented itself?
no, it's definitely been some opportunities, and I've
Okay.
been like, this doesn't feel right. It sucked a moment, and I might have dragged out one of them way too fucking long because I
Mm,
was afraid of like not it was being stupid. But I know now that A, I shouldn't have rushed. Well, I'm glad I didn't like make it official or anything, and B, that it probably wasn't even good to begin with to like drag that out.
mhm.
Learning. Second thing, last thing in the magical triplets, getting into
Second and
roles,
final.
yeah, getting into roles at work that I don't want to. Uh, I'd say for the most part, it's been pretty good. There's I've got a lot of extra shit since January on my plate, and I kind of talked about it a little bit yesterday. So like at this current point in time, I have not succeeded. But like permanent roles, I would say like permanent extra responsibility, I've been pretty good about like, yes, I'm interested in doing XYZ. Like I've taken on like a programming role for like our internal code base. Like I joined a team to do that, which I was excited to join because marketing. Um, there's been other stuff that I've been like, I don't want to do that, and it's worked out for the most part. They at least listen to me
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah, because unfortunately, there's some stuff you can't, have a choice, but like you're
Yeah,
traveling. But
it's definitely an ambitious statement because
yeah,
sometimes they're like, you're the only one who can do this. Figure it out. And I've definitely been in those positions, but there's definitely been some stuff that I've been able to touch and learn that has been stuff I've wanted to do, which is cool.
that's good. Joseph, what's your next magical triplet?
It could be
Um,
two. It could be a duo.
oh, it's a duo. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. It's these three, but the three is crossed out, and I wrote two.
Mm,
Things I will do every morning, which I said make my bed and put/throw away one thing in my room. Um, my bed is not made. Part of that I'm gonna blame this ungodly heat.
mm,
So I'm one of those
I
freaks
thought you
that
were gonna
actually
say
uses
God.
the top sheet with the bed. I know a lot of people don't. I don't get what's up with that, but I use the top sheet plus a comforter. And it is too hot to sleep with the comforter, so just the top sheet as it stands right now. And I don't want to put, you know, make the sheet nice and then put the comforter over it just to take it off when I go to bed. That's just too much work. So
yeah.
I've kind of done away with that. I was doing really well up until like May, maybe. And then I started getting lazy and it started getting intermittent. And then it kind of fell off in the heat.
What if you put the comforter in the closet? Just put it away.
No, I like it sitting on the floor at the foot of my bed. So then when it does get cold, I can just grab it. Because there
Sure.
was one night it cooled off a little bit. So I was like, okay, now I want it. Um, and then I'm not perfect on throwing away one thing every day, but I do think about it occasionally. It's like, okay, yeah, just a small thing that's like, this isn't bad now, but I can see it's gonna get bad of like me putting a receipt here or like
Mm,
whatever. Like I'll pick up, I'll do a lot more tidying intermittently rather than like a huge overhaul cleaning. So eh on that one.
okay. I'll give you passes on those. I'll give you passes. see how the winter goes. with the
Not
bed making.
perfect by any means, but not a crash and burn. I didn't give it up in January, so
Nice. When you said
it's
that,
still in the back of my mind, so it's not like it's completely forgotten.
yeah, it's not an abject failure.
Yes.
When you said put away something, I like looked at like my desk and I'm just like, oh boy.
I also,
Yikes.
I don't know if you can see it on camera. I was like,
Glad
good
the
thing
camera is literally just looking right here.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
for sure.
I mean, you can see my little whatever table thing that is. There's a bunch of shit on there.
Yeah.
Quite, I don't know, a lot of random shit on my desk right now. You
You're
can't
like,
see it though.
You're like the king of having random shit on your desk though, Gabe.
Yeah, no, it's a Gabe trait.
Yeah.
How many
So-
beer cans are we looking at right now for you guys?
I only have 4 because I cleaned up a
Only
bunch.
4.
I cleaned up like there was close to 10
Oh my god.
Gabe.
last week. Last week was
I mean, I'm not surprised because we live with you, but like, Jesus Christ.
it was really bad.
Oh my goodness.
Joseph, do
Like,
you have any right now?
I was running out of space to put
Um,
my mouse.
Just the 2 I'm drinking. So
Oh my God.
Gabe
I
is a
call that.
closet neckbeard.
Except instead of Mountain Dew Code Red, it's fucking just like PBR
Dude,
and highlight.
I think if you put my desk like at its absolute worst on Neckbeard Nest, the subreddit, which if you guys don't know, it's just a bunch of really dirty rooms with like a bunch of gross shit.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm not
I
subbing
don't
that for
I don't
good
think
reason.
I don't think it's Neckbeard Nest material, but it's not
It's
far
up there.
away.
It wouldn't be a top of all time, but I think it could make a wave or two.
It could
Yeah.
be the daily.
It could be noticed. It would be noticeable.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, it's not great.
you
Not
get
gonna
some
lie.
karma out of it.
Hmm At least I get something out of it.
Now I have to ask a question about Neckbeard Nest as a subreddit.
Okay.
Is it like a combination of dirtiness plus street cred for like the PC setup? Or is it just
So
dirtiness?
it's a column A, column B. So like a lot of it will just be like people's rooms. So if there's like a fuck ton of like pop cans or like Bud Light cans or whatever, and
Pizza
like
boxes.
pizza, yeah, and you know a lot of the times it is related to like gross gaming computer setups where it's just like fucking string cheese on the keyboard. I don't know. Like it's just gross. Like usually a lot of like food items. It's really gross, but it's like so interesting. I don't know. I can't
But
describe
why
it.
is it interesting?
Because
And
it's like
also,
It's like a train wreck. You can't look away.
for me, like
Yeah.
I know that I'm not the cleanest guy, so I'm like I feel sometimes I'm like that kind of sucks. But then I go on there, I'm like, oh, at least I don't have 6 cases of Bud Light in my fucking room, like
you go,
empty
in there,
cans.
you go in there to rationalize yourself not cleaning. You're like, oh, I need to clean. This is way worse.
Whenever I think about cleaning, I just go on the subreddit, boot it up.
But like, who is a frequent poster of that sub? You know what I mean? Are they
So-
staging this? Like, you know what I mean?
No, so a lot of people will post their own and then clean it and then do like a before after. So it's like
Okay.
this was
That's
my
more
nest
healthy.
before after, so it's like motivation.
Yeah.
And other times it's like this is
Look at
my
my
brother's
disgusting
room
roommate.
or
Yeah,
my
yeah.
roommate or something like that. So it's a little bit of both.
Gotcha. So nobody's like purposely staging it to get karma.
Dude,
They
what's
do
the
all this
fucking point? Dude, let's drink like 60 Mountain Dew and then like put it in my room for Reddit upvotes. Like
I would not be surprised, Gabe. If one person did that, I would not be surprised.
I guess.
Gabe, I wish I would have taken a picture of your desk when you were like at class or something in college, so I could have posted it on
posted
there.
it?
Yeah.
My disgusting fucking roommate.
yeah. My asshole roommate with 2 guinea pigs.
He's gonna fit in great with IT.
Like senior year, because didn't your bed frame break? Or no, it was scratching up the floor, so you just put the mattress on the floor to really like set it all in.
So I think it was a
Yeah.
little bit of both. It was one, it was scratching the fuck out of the floor, and 2, it like fell apart or something. Like
Oh,
one
'cause-
of the wheels broke. That's what it was. I had like 20 people on my bed at one. Okay, not 20, but I
Oh,
had.
Gabe.
Sounds
Wait.
like quite the night, Gabe.
I don't know if you guys didn't hear that. uh,
Well, because didn't you have like a twin XL mattress and a twin frame or something? It's
So
like the foot
yeah,
hung off really weird.
well, my
What I
dad,
remember.
my dad put some plywood on the frame so that it would stick out, so that you could have support for the extra bits.
Yeah.
But no, the wheels broke because at one point, I don't know why, but a bunch of people were in my room like drinking, and it like broke the plastic wheels that were holding it up. So that's why it was scratching the fuck out of the floor. So I just got rid of it my last year, and it looked fucking
Your
trashy.
your
Yeah.
room senior year was it was something. I'm not gonna say it was like a nightmare, but it was
You had that
you had
chair that was kind of nice to
I
sit
know.
on
So
when it
I
wasn't
mean,
covered in
That chair
you
was
clothes.
walk in,
awesome.
you had the guinea pigs, which is just a whole
On
sensory
my dresser
experience.
to my left.
On the dresser, you have your little pantry shelf of
Yeah,
random,
yeah.
Yeah.
food closet, and then you have your big chair, which always had a shit ton of clothes on it,
And was also blocking the closet.
also
You
blocking
had
the
to like
closet.
climb over the
Well,
chair to
okay,
get
that
into the
was
closet.
just a size issue. There
Yes.
was not a lot of. I had a small room.
And then you had the desk with 50 beer cans on it, and then you had the bed that was on the floor.
Yeah. And I had a
Did you
girlfriend
guys?
during that time.
And your girlfriend was there 5 days a week. And it's just like, what is going on in
Hey
this room?
man, I don't know. Maybe
It's
she saw that and she's like, "Whoo! You got myself a man."
it's so funny thinking about our college rooms and just being like, how on earth did we think that was okay? Like,
I didn't think anything of it.
I mean, yeah, my room was fucking tiny,
yeah.
You
and the
didn't even have a
doors.
closet.
I didn't even have a closet. The doors broke. Some drunk guy crashed into them, and it was fucking double saloon door. Like that house was just. Oh my god. I mean, great memories, but it was very quirky.
I've reduced my beer cans on my desk. I have a frame now. Uh, you know,
Your room, both of your rooms are still tiny though.
yeah, somewhat. It's definitely way better than it was in college for sure.
Yeah.
hmm
Dayton,
Yes,
give me
yes.
another example.
Year compass update. Indeed.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Indubitably.
Indubitably. These three things I will dare to discover. New part of New England. So I did go to Boston for the first time. That was pretty fun. A new country with three question marks and saying Rona dependent. That one I have not done. And then more 4,000 footers in the whites. And I have indeed hit more 4,000 footers in the whites. I think I'm at about halfway done with all of them.
Nice.
Oh yeah, yeah. You've been going up there a ton, so I'd be surprised if you weren't making progress on that bad boy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do the next page, and we'll probably end on this page. Maybe we'll do the last part again, but you guys, we can just like rapid fire through these. Talk about the ones you want to talk about. But yeah, so this is 6 sentences about my next year, maybe less for each of us, but anyway. So first one is this year I will not procrastinate anymore on, and I wrote going to bed. Uh, as I hinted at earlier, not always the best. Melatonin has helped, as I mentioned at the beginning of the year, with me falling asleep somewhat, though recently it's not been helping as much, which has been kind of annoying. Um, Work in progress, we'll say on that one. Uh, Sentence two, this year I'll draw the most energy from getting to work early. That's a laughable uh, sentence right there. Next one is this year I'll be bravest when I'm feeling imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome has been hitting really hard this year, and had kind of like an existential crisis breakdown last week. Um, so that one we're still working on. We might talk about that in a different topic I have for us later on, but yeah, I'm trying to get through imposter syndrome, but it's really hard to push through sometimes. I'm sure we've all talked about before. It can be
Mm-hmm.
tricky. Fourth one is this year I will say yes when I'm asked to go out and be social when it's safe. I'd say this one's doing all right. Listen, I've been going out to breweries and bars on Fridays recently, which has been fun. It's just like the idea of like going to multiple bars in like one night is still like a lot for me. Um, but hopefully we'll make some progress. And hopefully in the fall we'll be able to hang out with more people from our department. So that'd be good. This year I advise myself to think about what's most important to myself. That one's very true. I need to do that more. Good job, January Jacob. That was a smart thing to say. And then Um, Last one is this year will be special for me because it's the first full year in a long time I'll be working at the same place the whole time. Yeah,
Mm.
that's yeah, because you guys are all a little bit ahead of me on that. And it's gone by really fast, I'll say. It has like I'm finishing up my first year at the end of August, I guess, and gone by really fast. And but it's not been like tedious, or it's not been like, oh, I can't believe I've been here this whole time. It's like made sense in my mind, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how that'll pan out after 5 years of being here, but for now, I'm feeling good about that.
Sweet.
Yeah, Gabe, say anyone so you want to say?
I mean, you did all of them. So,
Yeah, I seen it. I'm like nothing too bad in here.
all right. I don't think there's anything super
He's the
dark.
host. He's got to
I
perform.
won't. I won't read it beforehand. So, if it is dark, sorry.
Mhm.
This year I'll not procrastinate anymore on. I have getting those student loans down, baby.
Mhm.
At the time of this podcast, episode 120, what are we at, 7, 8?
7.
I am 25% done with my private ones, which I opened up a year ago or refinanced a year ago. So killing it on that one.
Nice.
I still have the government ones, which have been still held off for now, which has been awesome because I can put extra towards the other ones. This year I'll draw the most energy from free time and time spent with friends, and I think that's still very true. Kind of flip between introverted and extroverted, so it really depends on my mood when I'm
Mhm.
drawing that energy. This year will be bravest win, making new friends. I guess I haven't touched about it in the other triplets or whatever, but I made a couple more friends with people at work just because there's been people coming in. There's been
Mm.
some people that I've talked to like on chats for a year, and then I met them in person. Like, oh, they're actually pretty cool.
So we
Um,
went to that brewery, and even today we went mountain biking with the one guy. So
yeah.
that's
So making friends at least with my
that.
immediate circle, which has been cool, and
It's good. Yeah.
just being more social with other people, in the company has been really good for me to like practice. And I think I've gotten a lot better at like not even small talk, but just like talking to people in general. Uh, yeah, and that was also with quotes when COVID is over.
Hmm. Hmm.
This year I'll say yes when I can travel again and I can meet people. I remember kind of when I wrote this feeling like I was afraid to like, well, like whenever I would think of doing a trip, I would always kind of talk myself out of it. I think this summer I've done exactly the opposite of it. Like I went and saw Dayton just on a whim over texting. I was like, fuck it, I'll go see Dayton. And that
Mm-hmm.
was awesome. It was super fun. I've done a ton of day trips myself, just by myself. I did one just last weekend. I've done a lot of camping trips with friends, and that's really helped my existential dread down a little bit, and made like work make more sense. I guess I don't know. It's just been very healthy for me mentally. So the next one is I advise myself to be more hopeful, not so pessimistic. Still working on that one. I can still be very pessimistic. But I think this year in general just has been more hopeful just because of things are kind of starting to turn back to normal. And I don't know. And then the last one I have this year will be special for me because I can get into my stride with a city and enjoy all of its experiences when it opens up, meet new people, and take trips I've always wanted to do. I'd say most of that's pretty true. Been able to do more Minneapolis stuff, but I'm honestly not very sold on Minneapolis. I still feel like I need to move or like want to move. Um, so it's weird being able to experience it when it's fully open and still have those feelings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um, Also, I have meet new people. We already talked about that. Met some new people, taking trips. Always wanted to do since college. Like I said, I've been able to do that too. So 2 out of 3.
Yeah. Very good. Joseph.
So you don't need to worry. I did not even fill out all of them. So no need to worry about me going too long on this. Um,
Dayton's head's in his hands.
in classic Joseph fashion, I probably rushed to do this and did not put in the effort I should have.
You
So,
got the Snapchat from me 3 hours before we started recording.
Oh
Like, hey,
my God.
reminder, doing
yeah,
this tonight.
Yeah, probably. Um, so this year I will not procrastinate anymore on being active in my day-to-day life. It's an improvement. It's work in progress. So I'm happy enough with it
Mhm.
in that aspect. Be bravest when all I want to do is stay inside and order food instead of making my own. Uh, I've been improving. There were a couple weekends where it got pretty bad. But I've been better about having food on hand and stuff like that. It was a little weird at first, switching over to vegetarian. Having like I don't know, and I couldn't just have like brats on hand or
Right,
something
right.
like something quick and easy like that. So that transition took a little time, but I've gotten better about it.
Well, as Dayton would say, rice and beans.
Rice and beans.
Rice and beans, rice and beans.
Um, this year I'll say yes when someone recommends me a new recipe. I've been pretty good with that. Actually, I
Mhm.
think I've tried most, if not all, the recipes that Dayton you sent me
Hmm.
right when I kind of started. Actually, when we did this last, you sent me like four or five, and I think I've done all of them. I think so. And even, I think Jacob, I did that lentil chili that you had, and
So good.
some stuff from my sisters and stuff. So I'm doing pretty good with that. Um, and then. This year, I'll advise myself to take one day at a time and not move too fast. Um, a little vague, not really quite a goal there, but at least recently. So I definitely have not talked about this previously, but I left where I was working before. So I'm not working there anymore, and currently I'm not working. I'm kind of taking the summer off. And I think that's helped with that, and it's kind of helped me more or less reset. I think I was definitely overdoing it at work, and not the point, but so I
Yep.
think I'm taking steps to help with that. And the last one I had was special for me because this year will be special for me because I'll spend more time outside than last year, and so far that has been going pretty well. So yeah,
Very
all
good.
in all.
Hell
Yep.
yeah.
Take us home,
Uh,
Dayton.
all right. Rapid fire. This year, I will not procrastinate anymore on projects that seem daunting. Just jump in and try and make it work. This year, I will draw the most energy from completing goals. This year, I'll be bravest when goals seem out of reach, just like this ultra marathon that I'm doing this weekend. Uh, this year, I will say yes when I do not need to relax. Uh, that one, I need to relax more. I can tell you that much. Um, so I should probably stop saying yes so often. This year, I advise myself to not forget to buy things for yourself here and there.
Mm.
That one was going really well up until I'm about to get hit with this $3,500 car repair bill. So I'm gonna be buckling down to eating rice and beans. So pray for your boy. And this year will be special for me because we hopefully won't need to deal with the Rona. Haha, funny, Dayton. And I will have money to travel, which I mean, granted, I will be going up to Isle Royal and taking the float plane in, which is going to be absolutely sick. I'm going to be super pissed if it's foggy,
Mm.
but I'm just
When
not even confronting that.
The
Yeah,
wildfires are gonna
that's
block
not
your
even an
view.
option. So
No.
when you said just jump into projects, I just imagined when you were putting in your subwoofer to your car, and it's just wires everywhere. You're just like doing a bunch of shit at once. It's like maybe
Said
good
to
at some
jump in.
planning. You just gotta jump in.
Dude,
January Dayton said to do this, so I gotta do
hey,
it.
don't let progress or don't let perfection be the enemy of progress. That's what I always say.
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
I've
Exactly.
never let that get in the way. I'm a good enough type of guy. I jump
Uh,
in till it's good enough.
all right. Well, I'm glad we did this. Hopefully we can realign ourselves a little bit here. And if you're at home, if you did your compass, maybe take some time and go through it again to see how if you're on track. If you didn't do one, January comes around, we'll be doing it again, so you can do it with us. But yeah, thank you guys, everyone, for watching this week. As always, you can find our show on Mondays on YouTube and podcast services. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at EWF Podcast and on Twitch at EWF_podcast. But until next time, thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.
Peace.